This is an NXP draft. This potentially has to be an NXP game. And LPE has to make sure that game number 3 goes the way that they want to, because this is a crucial game. If they want to get a comfortable, not lead, but if they want to get comfortable getting closer to NXP scoreline, they need to make sure they get this as we hop on to game number 3.
Well, the early game is surely going to be critical for LPE here. The bombs are being thrown, and BMO is looking to go for the feeding Diggy strategy. It looks to be the same way that they're going to play. Again, the feeding Diggy strategy has its holes already, as shown by Smart Omega last week. I think last week or yesterday. Wait, you know what? It's last week when they fought against, I don't actually remember it, but Smart Omega did not play that Diggy well.
Oh, that was yesterday against Execration, where it wasn't really the... Was it against, yeah, it was against Execration. It wasn't the feeding Diggy strat, but we are being proven wrong. BMO is going for the feeding Diggy strat.
Yeah, and LPE, they need to play this very carefully, because this is already NXP's comfort. If you give them an early game lead like this through the Diggy strategy, your mid game must be pristine. You can't make mistakes by mid game. That's the only price you pay for this Diggy strategy. You can't make mistakes by mid game. Early game, you're gonna give them a small lead. But that small lead would eventually transition to you getting better mid game plays. And if mid game goes to the hands of NXP, LPE is out for good.
And this is proving to be a little bit more of an even fight, all things considered, because BMO's just being a nuisance towards everybody concerned. He's going through H2O, he's going through James, and he's providing a lot of information for LP as well. But as soon as we reach the mid game, it has to be crucial that BMO doesn't die in a team fight, because his time's journey is really needed in all the engagements. As they go for Aspect with that Wave the Dragon and the ejection, the CC's coming in from NXP.
Aspect in one wrong turn suddenly disappears, and that's 2 kills going to the hands of NXP, with one being the Diggy, so that's just one actual kill. But that's massive. Aspect going down is uncalled for LPE.
And this is, again, this is comfort NXP. This is a lineup that we are familiar with NXP. This is a lineup that they are confident with, and it shows. I mean, despite the fact that, yeah, BMO has already given away 8 kills, they were still able to secure a kill.
Wait, is that a kill on BMO?
Yes, that is a kill on BMO. He was able to take down H2O earlier on.
Okay, earlier on, not after getting a lot of kills, correct?
Yeah, I mean, he's already like down 4 kills before he got the kill.
Okay, so that's not as detrimental as it is for LPE. LPE is still in this game. They're 1k behind of NXP, and that's because of the Diggy strategy. But as they enter mid-game, they might be able to secure better plays here. Ryota, though, very low in HP.
This turtle will be secured by NXP, and LPE will not be obliging any contestants here. BMO will go up and will be stealing it away from them without a retribution.
What?
Just the bomb.
What a play. This is the same thing that happened yesterday with the Diggy stealing away a turtle.
And BMO will once again be a nuisance here on the side of NXP. And that is a good opening for LPE. They're just denying the turtle take onto H2O.
And distraction and destruction for the side of BMO here. Stealing away that turtle is a big boost for LPE. They've been losing a lot of gold for the past few minutes due to the nature of this strategy.
Oh, James with the knockout punch onto Jake the Dog, and the flicker in by YAWI for the eject to secure the kill onto Jake the Dog. Beautiful micro stun, but it's not yet enough.
Great.
He'll get taken out.
Man, great cancel coming in from James there. Waited for the last second for the blood flow to be cancelled out. What a beautiful play coming in from NXP there. In LPE, they are looking to trade that objective instead. But Renegade, he's waiting for one big play here. But he's going to go for the minions instead.
Yeah, LP's not going to be obliging them any clear plays. And this is what BMO's doing. He's just providing a lot of information. They know where H2O is. They'll be backing off from where H2O's, which side H2O is on the map, and we'll just instead focus on the top lane. And then they will focus on James this time around after the top lane going down.
that was a great rotation coming in from LPE. James was definitely not in a good position there, and they caught it. And Ryota right now, 1-0 with a stack on his Festival of Blood, will be able to... Oh, is that, you know what? That's the Diggy.
Yeah,
for sure.
let's not call it any Diggy.
You know, it's still pretty much surprising when you see YAWI going in with an ultimate. You would still want to see on who he's trying to throw, but when you see it's the Diggy, you just go, alright.
This is a dangerous spot though. YAWI has the ejection available, will go for Aspect, and they manage to take him out. That is the problem that we're seeing here if you're LPE. The Wave the Dragon on to Arvs. He will be taken down as well in the process. Tempest of Blades will be enough to secure the kill onto Jake the Dog. And Ryota and BMO. BMO might potentially, again, go for the steal here. Well, 4 seasons of Time's Journey, and that's the turtle secured.
Turtle secured for NXP. They got 4 kills or 3 kills as well in that whole fight. And NXP, even if they're just up by 2k, the damage is still gonna hurt coming in from this Ling, and H2O is having the time of his life right now. Renegade and YAWI is just giving him so much space, so much potential in this game.
Here comes a Meteor Shower to force the Order of Brilliance onto Lancey, and you should not be doing that. He tried to go for the kill onto Lancey in the back lines, and H2O just dived in.
And Ryota is now 1-1-0, and things are still bound to heat up.
And this is why you need to have the Diggy alive. You need to make sure that you have the Time's Journey to cancel out the CCs from NXP, and that's an answer that LP is still trying to look for.
And speaking of answers, the Time's Journey is looking to be not the answer that they want. YAWI's just tanking the damage out of this Arv's Meteor Shower, and just... My god, this is insane!
The dog, though, comes in with the flowing blood. Will secure the kill onto H2O.
And this is LPE striking back. They're still inside this game. 20k to 21.6. NXP's just looking to be in a big lead because of the kill score. But that's not as big as the lead that they want to be in. It's just a 1k goal lead, which means Aspect still has the damage even if it's 0-3-1. Especially Ryota as well. But this is a 2v1 that he does not want to be in. Lancey forcing that kill, and NXP, they are making LPE bleed.
But at the same time, they're securing turrets away from NXP. They're trading debts for map presence here, and I take that any day, because the closer you are to the base of your opponent, the closer you are to winning the game.
Yeah, that's a long-term investment for LPE. They're sacrificing their early game kills to get more objectives around the map. Rotations-wise, LPE has been winning the game. They are taking 4 turrets to 1, and 1 turtle to 2 turtles, which means LPE is actually in the lead.
They will potentially go for James there, but James manages to make it out alive, forcing the flicker out from himself to ensure his safety. Turtle will be secured here by NXP. They have the superior positioning here, and Ryota might just do a BMO here in this game, and he's pushing the bottom lane.
You know, you can't steal away the turtle if you're dead, and NXP learned that a hard way, and now they're taking down BMO first before they go in and take the turtle. And now H2O will be securing that purple buff. Ryota might be in trouble here. YAWI just waiting out a lot of things, and he gets found out. The Diggy is annoying as hell.
Annoying as hell, is providing a lot of information for LPE, but at the same time, it's just negligible now, because really what you have to look forward to here on the Light and NXP is that they really like to go for the team fights. Because they can force the team fights, and LP has no disengage whatsoever. The only insurance that they have is Arvs. And speaking of which, Aspect is getting singled out by James, despite this being a 1v2 in the top lane. You know, over to the bottom lane, it's a free turret for NXP.
Yeah, and NXP, even after losing to a lot of turrets in the bottom side, they finally respond back. Aspect might fall down once again. Bad in that position. It caught lacking 100%. And looks like mid lane turret will be the next objective for NXP to take. NXP is looking hot after game 2, and they are carrying it over in game 3.
And again, it was the draft is looking really good here for LPE, but at the same time, they're not making use of the Diggy properly. I mean, I'm not saying that the Diggy strat is not a viable strategy, but have a look at it this way. There are 3 CCs here on the side of NXP. They
Yeah.
can't contest the CCs because they don't have purifiers available on their side. The only purifier that they have is the Time's Journey, and even then, the more time that BMO is dead, the more time that the Time's Journey is not available. And that's the majority of the part of their fights.
And I have to say, the clear example of the lack of purifies was seen in the bottom lane. Renegade and YAWI just locked in that Alice. The Alice wasn't even able to pull out her ult. Imagine on how fast the CC chain was, and this might just happen again.
Another CC chain onto Jake the Dog, forced to use the Winter Truncheon, but there's no way that he'll be able to make it out alive because H2O will force out the Tempest of Blades. Good thing that the burst damage is kind of lacking there.
But beautiful play coming in from Arvs. Arvs fended off a lot of members from Nxp with that Meteor Shower. But look at Renegade though, finding the Diggy. That's a mega kill for Renegade. And looks like the Lord will be started by Nxp. They could potentially contest this, but they don't have Time's Journey.
They don't have Time's Journey, and this is just a level 1 Lord, but that is a Lord that's more effective at this stage of the game.
Oh, 3v1 though.
Beautiful! But that was questionable by Renegade.
Definitely questionable. Renegade didn't have to do that. The Lord was already in their favor, but he went in anyway. BMO though, you know what? This is a Diggy.
You know what? Let's not notice BMO there. But yeah, this is a Lord pushing on over to the mid lane. This may just be a level 1 Lord, but it's still added pressure because if anything, LP has to push further away from their base in order to take down the Lord. And as soon as they push further away, YAWI will look for an opening, and his teammates will just collapse onto the members that YAWI goes for the ejection on. As I say that, we did see Ryota getting ejected. The Lord will get taken down. Smart missiles will not dish out a lot of damage on Jake the Dog because the flowing blood is really there. And Lancey in the backlines, the Order of Brilliance, taking down Aspect in the process.
That was quite the experience coming in from Lancey. A 1-for-1 trade though. Aspect is now down. No call for LPE. It looks like Nxp will continue the siege down mid. And they are not pulling the brakes for now. They're going to go to the top side. Renegade leading the charge.
And despite the charge that NXP has, LP is holding on. They have, they got relatively good wave clear with the Alice and with the Chang'o at the same time. But until when?
Well, looking at the time, looking at the gold score, when I told you that LPE had no room to make mistakes in the mid game, they did make mistakes. And now we're looking at NXP having a 5k gold lead, almost a 6k gold lead, which might just transition into a one big item difference. But BMO, you know what? BMO!
It's a BMO. It's a Diggy that gets caught with that ejector. The first time we've used the Time's Journey defensively for his team to survive.
You know what? BMO didn't die. I feel like we have to credit that because of him getting a kill early on, or around a few minutes ago. His gold, I think gold value has been upped a little bit. You don't want to give NXP extra gold, especially we're entering the 14-minute mark. Lord will be spawning though in 1 minute and 30 seconds, which means NXP, if they establish control, they could potentially take it out.
And this is not what Ryota wants. Force, all beautiful chase down there by YAWI with the unstoppable force, and this is a good disengage, all things considered, from LPE, able to keep Ryota alive in that fight. Beautiful usage of the Meteor Shower.
And Ryota in, I think that was 4 dashes in succession. YAWI had the fast hands to travel along with his ultimate. But then again, when you're playing a Benedetta and you just channel those dashes so fast, it's so hard to keep up, even if you're running the Jawhead. But right now, we are 14 minutes inside this game. 5-35 is our kill score, mainly because of that Diggy strategy. But next play is growing into a 10k gold lead here. Right now is up by 7k. The immortality is there for Jawhead, and that means he could potentially go in for bigger and more aggressive plays that we've grown to see in game 2.
There's a 3k advantage in favor of H2O versus Aspect 2, and that's not what you want to see if you're LPE. It's that just completely translates to Aspect not having the right items available for him in order to shine in this fight. And with the Lord spawning,
I think there's a 1v1 happening in the bottom lane though.
It's a 1v4 at this point. Renegade's fine. 10 seconds though until the Lord spawns, and this is a Lord that LPE wants to get, needs to get for that matter.
Yep, and LPE, if they ever secure this Lord against NXP, it's not going to be enough to end the game, that's for sure. There's a lot of turrets except in the bottom side. And NXP, if they do secure this just might be a game-ending Lord. LPE, they need to steal this away, or perhaps kill off members from NXP, because that's better. They don't need the Lord, they just need to kill off a lot of members of NXP and secure more turrets, secure an open lane. But looks like the Lord will be given away to NXP for free.
And that is added to the fact that LPE cannot go for team fights. A lot of holds here from NXP is preventing LPE from even attempting themselves to go into the Lord area.
And that just means LPE is forced to give out advantages to NXP. That means at this point that we are looking at a 10k gold lead from NXP. The more advantages that NXP starts to take, the less time LPE has to defend against, and perhaps just give away the game. And LPE, they need to make something happen. And when I say make something happen, I'm clueless as well. How do you make something happen when you lack the purifies? You lack a lot of things.
You lack crowd control. And the only control of the crowd controls they have is on BMO, and Ryota shouldn't have been there in the first place, but still managed to survive. YAWI still on the chase, but the Lord is marching on the top lane. They managed to keep the top lane inhibitor alive.
Oh
The
no!
dog falls down 1v1 within Renegade. They get the ejector on the BMO as well, forcing the time's journey as well. And it's not looking good for NXP. I mean for LPE, and NXP is already knocking on the doors here of LPE, and the minion waves are all flooding in, and this may just be game. It's all down to a Hail Mary here for LPE to win this game. James gets the knockout punch on the BMO. YAWI gets the ejection on the ARBs, and that has to be the game.
Well,
they managed to defend this, yeah.
Yeah, 15 seconds from now, Jake the Dog will be here. But I think it's gonna take less than 5 seconds for NXP to get the next minion wave. This is the final defense. 5 seconds until Jake the Dog will be
but Lancey falls down. It actually forced to use the Order of Brilliance. The HPs are relatively healthy here for NXP.
The Alice is here.
The Alice is here, but it's not enough. The damage output is there, and NXP